I do see those comments. I do see those posts. I don't necessarily agree with them because you can't do that. You just can't. Like, do you know how mad people would be if they shut down Taco Tuesday at your favorite Mexican spot just one night?
Yeah.
It would be an uproar. You can't do that from a rink perspective. No. So I do see those comments, but I'm on the other side of the fence with that one.
It's the Skate Like You Podcast, in association with JG Hubs and hosted by Mark Vachon. We're talking life in and out of the rink with a new skater every week.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Skate Like You Podcast, SK8LIKEYOU.com. I am here with Zane Dixon. How's it going, man?
Very good. Very good. Cold up here north, but we're kicking.
Oh, man, yeah. Yeah, well, you're not too far. Like, I'm over, like, by the Hershey area in PA.
Okay. Yeah.
It's been this has been the coldest, snowiest winter I remember in Pennsylvania for a while.
Yeah, that's I mean, we got hit pretty good last year, at least here in Cincinnati, snow wise. But as far as it just like staying like cold like this, I don't remember it being like this in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, well, we're just like staying in the single digits. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, so have you are you Cincinnati born and raised? Is that
born and raised? Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for you, when's the first time you ever skated, man? Do you remember the first time skating?
Do I remember? No.
Okay.
Do I have pictures? Yes. So I'm a little bit different where I was quite literally born and raised in a skating rink. I'm in my mom's dojo right here behind me. So, and something my grandpa started way back when, right? So I think I put my first pair of skates on between the ages of like 6 and 8 months. So I had like one of those little walker things. I had like the little rolly balls and the little click clack skates on. So, I mean, that's where I guess I started. And you know, I spent so many hours and days in the rink. I couldn't really tell you my first memory of being in the rink.
Yeah. So, you know, it's interesting too. So you said your grandfather is the one that established that place?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What year? Do you know what year he opened it?
So this one, Castle Skateland specifically, he purchased.
Okay.
At one time, he owned 7, like at one time. And then he had 3 daughters, and his ultimate goal was to have 3 rinks. So he got it down to 3. The other 2 he built himself, which was Florence Fun Dome in Florence, Kentucky. We no longer have that one. And then Beachmont Roll Arena, which is in Beachmont, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Still a suburb of Cincinnati. But we're in Loveland, Ohio.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what we do.
So now here's the question though, man, because like you said, you were born into this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, Castle Skateland is one of the it's one of the best floors in the country, right? It's huge, it's massive, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Everyone that goes there agrees it's one of the fastest floors I've ever rolled. I mean, it's a for legit skaters. It's a famous floor in this country. When you're growing up, right? Do you even does it even like dawn on you like how amazing of this like spot that you have is like to like and or is that like something you realize later?
I think later, definitely,
yeah.
Because you know growing up, I didn't skate at many other rinks. I'll be completely honest because, you know, I went with my mom. Yeah, well, besides that, but I just, you know, I was here with my mom, you know, like whether it's, you know, because we're open 6-7 days of the week, you know, between, you know, our public open sessions or, you know, we have private school parties or private birthday parties, you know, things like that nature. You know, so growing up, I had a, you know, PlayStation in the back with a TV, and when the private parties were going on, I was in the back still at the rink, but I was in the back, you know, getting down on some Madden or something, you know, whatever it may be. But I guess to circle back to your question, I don't really think I did, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You know, it's like, you know what you know kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's your mom's job in a way kind of thing. You know, like, yeah. But yeah, so, I mean, I just had, Ginger Dawn Matthews on the Skate Critic, and
I saw that.
So, but yeah, because I was talking to her about, I was like, it's just one of the, most amazing floors I've ever been on. I mean, it's almost the effort required it's like it's not even, it's so much different than most rinks, because most rinks aren't a rotunda floor. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
to it, so it just moves so quick. Do you remember when they first started like putting events on there, like those, like the flying over Castle Wall and stuff like that? Do you remember when that stuff first started happening, or
like the year, or just like in general?
Both, I guess.
The year, no, but I do recall. Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when, Ron started it up. I couldn't tell you the year, to be honest. That's a good question. That'd be one for Ron. But yeah, I definitely remember. I want to say it was the late teens, probably 2018, maybe. 2018.
It was but that was like nothing had ever been done there like that, right? Like this like 2-day event, or had there been things going on?
Oh yeah, we've had plenty of events through the years. We used to host. We hosted the Artistic Roller Skating Nationals quite a few times here. Obviously different brand of skating, and then we've had the Jam Skate Nationals here back when that was a thing. What else have we had? We used to have the Cincinnati Roller Girls here. They used to do their home bouts here, so that was pretty cool for a couple years.
Yeah.
What else we got? We always have a yearly reunion. We call it the Jam Reunion, that we've done forever. It's not a big event. It's like the last Sunday of May, Memorial Day week, or the Sunday before Memorial Day. Which, speaking of that, I got a crazy weekend. I'm sure we'll get to that. But yeah, we've definitely hosted a lot of events here before.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys are kind of in this spot though too, where like Cincinnati has like a it's almost like a downtown culture in skating. You know what I mean? Like the outdoor thing going on, man. Like there's so much happening. Ohio itself has
yes.
has a definite style. You know what I mean? It's really, really apparent. Have you kind of watched? Have you seen like a major evolution just as far as like just you being around there and growing up in it? Have you seen things change and evolve?
Yeah, 100%. So growing up, I always jam skated. I was, doing what Smitty did. I followed Smitty around. And I just watched your recent podcast with him too. That's my guy. And then obviously, Will Osborne. I know him as Bub, but those are guys that I like literally would watch, growing up. Another thing that we used to do was late skates here at the rinks. So they would all come, because we used to do late skates till 3-5 in the morning. Don't do that anymore because people want to go to bed. But, when we used to do them till 3 or 5 in the morning, people would travel from these different rinks, Kentucky, other rinks in Cincinnati or the Ohio area, and people would just come and just roll until literally the next day, right? But, growing up in it, just jam skating, I now appreciate like every type of style of skating. So my mom growing up did like the artistic skating stuff. And she competed in worlds and, won gold medals and all that stuff, like skated in Germany and stuff like that. So, I guess it's kind of in my DNA, but I honestly never did artistic skating. My sister did.
Yeah.
So we did that, and we had our artistic team here. We still do, just a different coach now and team. But now, I guess going back to just Cincinnati in general, it's definitely grown a lot, because I've seen an evolution of people have come together almost. I don't know if that makes sense. Where like, for example, my event last year where I saw people with high tops, low tops, rollerblades. I'm like, what is happening? You know what I'm saying? So like, and growing up, I always was on the low top Rydell 395s, 951s. And now I mainly skate on a high top Rydell boot. Just because I don't know, I feel more comfortable in it, but that's not to say I still have all my skates. I have 3 or 4 pairs of skates that I just sit in the back, just I guess whatever I'm feeling that day I slap on if I'm not in the DJ booth.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, it's and I'm glad to see it too, because like, and I think that some of it, like, things had to kind of find their own identity individually, whether it was jam skating, shuffle skating, freestyle, whatever. And then kind of like when those things were really cultivated and kind of ironed out, then you have another generation of kids that they step into this thing where those things are fully established. And now the way that honestly, the way I was just talking to somebody about this, I compare it to like MMA, right? Where if you remember, like I remember watching like early days of UFC, it was like, you know, somebody would be like a jiu-jitsu guy, and then someone would be like a kickboxing guy, and then a boxer, right? And like, or a wrestler, right? And now over time, you know, of course, we all know everyone kind of had to get well-rounded, right, to do well. But now there's eventually there was a new generation where they never even conceived of, boxing versus kickboxing versus wrestling versus, right? They just went to an MMA school, right? Sure. Like they just knew like that. By that point, everything had melded, right? And I think that there is another school of kids coming in kind of in the same way, right? Like generations now kind of step into this thing and they get to see this jam skater / freestyle / shuffle dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like, I don't know. I think it's dope. Like I love the fact that can be happening. I love going into the middle and seeing somebody like on, you know, like an OG boot to, you know, a 595, you know what I'm saying? And just getting down like however they get down, which, and you're 100% right, dude. Cause I was there last year and I was like, cause it wasn't like, I've only ever been there for the events I'd been there for were flying. And it was like, yo, this is like a plethora of styles going on at Jam Fest here. Like everything is repped in this room right now. Yeah. And you guys have the space to do it, which I think is dope. So,
yeah. But no, I would definitely agree with you. And, you know, that's as far as me, like being here in Castle was my home rink. Mm-hmm. That's something that I'm actually glad you brought up because it was something that starting around 2020, I kind of put an emphasis on because I started making friends with, you know, other DJs in the skating community. Whether it was like, you know, the rhythm skating community or the JB skating community. And, you know, I got buddies up in New Jersey and Maryland and, you know, all those different places, and they all skate so different. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what would happen if I just started, and this is my DJ brain. Yeah. What would happen if I just started playing not just jam songs? Like, what if I started playing, you know, like, like that hip hop music or like your skate producer tracks like Damo or DJ T-Rail or, you know, any of those guys like that. Shout out to all those guys, by the way. But that's how my brain worked. And then I started to like sprinkle it in. And then all of a sudden I would see like your normal jam skater start skating back to the hotel. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of working. Right. And but that's what I wanted. And so now I guess that's what it is. And I think it's great.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I that's exactly always been my mentality about it. I grew up in New England and we like the music was all over the place anyway. So that was kind of built into me as a skater. But yeah, like that's why like I used to love, like I loved going to Roller Jam and Tito T and like that whole vibe. Because it was like, you know, it's funny. I was just talking to Ginger about this again because she was like, we were talking, she's ruthless on DJs, man, let me tell you, and she'll be the first to tell you. But she was like, she had said something like, yeah, no, if you don't roller skate, you shouldn't be DJing at a roller skating rink. And the only, and what's funny is I was like, well, I can only think of one example where that's completely not true. And I was like, because Tito T can't stand up on skates. Like that dude he literally cannot stand on skates. And I was like, but honestly, he's like, he's literally like in my top 3, you know what I mean, of skate DJs. But and so I don't know how he gets it. I don't, but what happened, the fact that he does get what works on a rink floor and he gets it across every style, right? Because he'll have every style just vibing, right, at the same time. But he gets it. He just initially gets it, but then because he isn't a skater, it frees his mind up to think outside of what the normal parameters are. And it just works, man. I always want to see that. Like I always want to see like how much how much can we have like how many styles can we have like repped on this floor at one time, all to the same track? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 100%. I think that's dope, man. When did you start like first getting into the DJ stuff?
Probably probably about 10 years ago. I've never made it a part, like a priority to, I guess, get myself out there on like maybe like a national scene necessarily.
Okay.
Just mainly because college, and I went through college and had, I was at the rink. I had other part-time jobs at the mall and stuff like that. And then college was kicking my butt, just living life. So I actually want to make it more of a priority this year to start getting myself out there as far as a DJ. But that's, to that point, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So now was there, so you grew up in this thing, you grew up at that rink.
Yeah.
You're there, you live in there, almost got like a bedroom almost set up there.
Literally.
Literally. So was there a point for you kind of coming up that you were like, man, I gotta I want to step away from this. I gotta get or have you just always wanted to be like kind of involved in this?
No, I've always been wanted to be involved. It's like literally in my DNA. And that's the only way I can describe it, honestly. And it's not just that I'm at the rink, it's like I'm doing things for the rink. I'm not, I just don't show up. You know what I mean? Like I'm here when other people aren't here, prime example. And I play a crucial role behind the scenes at the rink. So it means a lot to me, being able to do things for the rink, and not just be an employee, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
or the DJ or the skater. It's a completely different feeling, and it's literally my DNA. So
is it I don't know, this might not even be a thing that's established, or it might not even be any of my business, but is Castle Skateland, like, I mean, is the goal one day for you to essentially take over full ownership and operation of it?
Probably, one day, me and my sister, I have a sister too. One day, but my grandpa, I'm not even kidding. He didn't retire. Like he only retired because he passed away. You know what I'm saying? So, I think I'm probably going to be in that similar boat because, my mom is the head honcho here. Like she's here at every session. Yeah. She's answering every phone call and stuff like that. So, I got some years, we'll say that.
You got a tight grip on it, huh?
Yeah.
It's understandable, man. I mean, it's clearly a passion for all you guys, So, all right, that's cool. So,
yes, sir.
For you, so when did you start thinking about, putting an event together, like hosting your own event out there?
Let's see. When I first started thinking about it, a few years ago, probably 2024, like early 2024, like probably January 24. So I guess more like a couple years, but it was something that I had to do a lot of convincing on because it's hard to try and dedicate a whole weekend to one event, especially with everything that we already have going on at the rink. But I'm a perfectionist. So I started getting Midwest Jam Fest together. Like, actually, I figured out the name. I figured out the way I wanted to move about it. Probably like June of 2024. Right? Because my first one was May of last year, 25. So June of 24 is when I came up with Midwest Jam Fest, and I started working on logos and everything, everything that goes on with an event, right? That's when I really started working on it. And then I think October of 24 is when I put out like a little teaser saying like, hey, this is what I got going on. And then January of 25 is when I dropped the first flyer, and it kind of went crazy.
So from when you first kind of start thinking about this and it's rolling around in your head, is the vision that you had then, is that what like came to be, or did it evolve over time? Like, did you first initially think like, oh, I'm just going to have a jam weekend or a shuffle weekend, or did it evolve into this, or was this the vision from the gate?
I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but like it was the vision from the gate. Because but I mean, like, seriously though, like, ideally, yes, because I saw so many events down in Florida, Sparkles, I know Jeff in Texas.
Yep.
I saw those events and I was like, I looked around Ohio, or what I call, the Midwest, and I was like, we got a lot of skaters here. What are we doing for them?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it all came from. I'm lucky where I have I know a lot of people, right? And grew up around a lot of people and a lot of connections. So I knew from the rip that I wanted it to stand out and be different. Yes. So that's why I wanted Rydell, I wanted Vanilla, I wanted, that's what I want. And then obviously, Ron and Huggy Bear Promotions. I know he does really well with his promotions and events. And I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going 110%.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm building a team that I know will only grow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is what I definitely got that vibe from the moment that I heard the name of it last year. Right. Like, when we did Skate Like No Breaks, like we legitimately we said we're not even going to have Shuffle Skate in the name. Right. Like, and not because it's not a knock to anything, but like, one, we wanted people to understand, like, you're coming, like, this is different. Right. And we intentionally set out to do something different. I love hearing that. Right. Like, because there's plenty, there's so many events. Right.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
But yeah, like, where am I going to go this year that might not feel like 3 or 4 events that I've already been to? Right. Sure. Sure. So, and so hats off to you for like intentionally doing that. And look, and it's not to say anything's better or worse or anything like that. It's just different. Like here, you're going to have a different experience here. Okay, cool. So you start thinking about this in 24. Now you said, because I bet you have a unique perspective on this too. But you said that you had to do some convincing. What like, can you get into that? Like, who you have to convince? What, like
the boss?
Okay,
the boss. The boss is my mom.
Yeah,
So, when you come from our side of it,
that's what I'm interested in hearing about. Yeah,
it's a lot. You got to think of how many people. It's a lot to think about. Because our main priority is safety.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to think, like, just stop and think of it from that perspective for just like literally 5 seconds. And you're like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of people. Now, granted, hopefully everybody that is coming knows how to skate, right?
Right.
And that's what happened, but accidents still happen, right? No matter what happens, like you can do your best, but it's going to happen. It's bound to happen. So it takes convincing in a part. And another thing is too, is when you're here all, like Saturdays, for example, like here at Castle, we start at 11 a.m. So then when I say, hey, can I do an event until 2:30 a.m.? You're like, oh man, like that's, what's that, a 14-15 hour day by the time you get out of the rink and close it down? That's a long day, and then same with Sunday. Friday is at another rink or at other rinks, and then Saturday the main event, and Sunday are here at Castle. But that's kind of what I meant by convincing. Because it's not, and it's a lot that goes into it, especially because back to my point of I'm a perfectionist. Like, I put a lot of time and money into this. Like, it's not that I just woke up one day and I was like, all right, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to make me this flyer. Like, no, I'm the one that's behind the scenes, like making, spending hours making this flyer. Like, I've literally had 3 different versions of this flyer until I found the one I wanted to put. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. But That's kind of what I meant. Yeah.
No, man, I get it, dude. I totally get it. And I'm the same way in the idea of perfectionism, in the sense too, where it, like, a lot of things are if I'm ever going to do a project or to do whatever it is, right? Like, a big part of the reason why it's going to be a ton of work is because I don't trust anyone else to do the work. Like, I have to have my hands in everything. I have to have, I need it to look like this, right? If I have the idea in my head already, it can't deviate, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, is that probably not the best way to go?
Yeah.
But it's I also get a lot of fulfillment out of it though too, right? Like, it's not so much for me. It's not necessarily like, oh, no one else can do it better. I mean, trust me, I don't think anyone can see our vision better than us, but there's also a thing where when I can look, I see something and then I get to be responsible for literally breathing life into it. There's a lot of reward in that, man. I enjoy that whole process. Does that make sense?
1,000%. No, I'm definitely picking up what you're putting down. And I'd be lying if I told you that I expected what we got last year at my event.
Okay.
Cause first year, I've never thrown an event myself to the level that it was, right? Mm-hmm. To the effort that I put into it. I would be lying if I knew that, over all 3 days, we had over 1,000 skaters, mm-hmm. like, in attendance. I was going to be cool half that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Being so serious. Like, but then when you, like, Friday night when we opened up and I looked at the cameras, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, man.
Like, I didn't expect that. Right. Yeah. And then obviously it's Friday. People are still at work or trying to get in town. Then Saturday comes around and I do the same thing. And I'm like, holy bleep, like, I did not expect that. I'll be completely honest. It was actually insane from my perspective.
Yeah, it's an amazing surprise. It's so funny, man, how much I can completely relate to this, because like literally I just put on that first event, like Skate Like No Breaks. It was the first time. I was fortunate too, in the sense where, working with Jackie Cosmano, and then we had help from her dad, Rob Cosmano, who were like, just legends in as far as skate events goes. But yeah, man, like I remember like pulling into the parking lot the first night and seeing at this place like more vehicles than I'd ever seen there. They're like making spots in the grass and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, oh my God. But there are those moments, man, like where you're talking about looking in the camera where, and I know I had people that are close to me come up to me, and even afterwards come to me and be like, man, some of the coolest parts of the weekend were just like watching you stand there, just watching, like, because I couldn't hide it. It was all over my face. Like, holy shit, how did this happen? Like, how did we do it? You know what I mean? And it was way better than I anticipated, right? It was, you know? So, yeah, I mean, it's an amazing feeling, dude. It really, really is.
Oh, yeah.
So I do want to ask, like, so, because when we were talking about the kind of the perspective from the rinks perspective, especially when it comes to hosting events. So like one of the things that we hear a lot, so maybe you can speak to this better, mm-hmm. especially for people that want to put on events, right? Is that like, it's like the most common thing you hear is like, oh, come on, can't you just shut the rink down for like, like a night, you know what I mean? And just for us. And there's like that's a really difficult thing, I think, for rink owners to, think about and everything like that. Like from your perspective, like, okay, I've heard this. I don't know if this is just some random thing I heard, right? But I heard that like from a rink owner's perspective, let's say if they close it down for a Saturday night for an event, right? That on average, it takes 3 to 4 weeks to regain the regular Saturday attendance they had due to this closure of a random Saturday. Have you ever heard anything like that, or is that a thing that anyway?
I don't know. I can't really speak on that because we've never done anything like that here.
Okay.
At Castle. The only thing that we've ever done is we do an old school night on Wednesday nights here at Castle. It's like just literally our every Wednesday things, our 70s, 80s, and 90s night.
Okay.
When we literally sanded the floor all the way down and recoated it and all that jazz, we shut down a Wednesday night. That was the only time that I can recall that we did something like that, and it was a hard decision to make because only half our floor is sanded. Like, what are we supposed to do? And it's like, we got it. We have to, you know? And you know, what was really crazy is by the time it came to Friday, we opened, but the floor wasn't coated. Like, so, because what you were saying is it's hard to just throw people off schedule like that, or the rink off schedule like that. So we had people skating on bare wood. Yep. Like it wasn't coated or nothing. Obviously, you know, we put flyers everywhere and posters saying like, hey, don't mind the mess, but this is what we're doing. But I guess I do see those comments. I do see those posts. I don't necessarily agree with them because you just can't. You can't do that. Like you just can't. Like that's like, do you know how mad people would be if they shut down Taco Tuesday at your favorite Mexican spot just one night?
Yeah.
It would be an uproar. Or if like they were just like, we're actually not going to do buy one, get one free wings tonight.
Right. Yeah.
People would be like, for why? Like this is a normal day to me. So like, you can't do that from a rink perspective. It's just, it doesn't make sense financially, analytically, nothing like that. So I do see those comments, but I'm on the other side of the fence with that one.
Hey everybody, we're gonna take 60 seconds to tell you about JG Hubs. We'll be right back with the rest of the show.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Skate Like You Podcast, SK8LIKEYOU.com, and I am coming to you about JG Hubs. Now, one of the things I always say to Jim is, I don't think enough people know about your wheels, man. You got to let me talk about the wheels. The first thing I want to make sure that you understand, especially if you're maybe a little bit newer, maybe you already have some skates, but you're looking to upgrade a little bit, looking to get new wheels. Guys, before you go and drop $200, $250, $300, you need to look at specialty wheels. You need to look at JG Hubs. Check this out. The wheels that I reviewed, the Super Ds, the ones I absolutely love, man, $250. That's it, $250. And there's way more options at the same price. Check out these 6-slot turquoise. The 4-slot gold, fire. Check out the hub on this 12-hole black. Check out these purple Super Ds for micros. All of these are 97A. If you ask me, that's the perfect hardness. You can make it work on any floor. All of these sets, $250 out the door. Why is that an amazing deal? And why is it something that you should really consider? Every hub, every wheel, Jim personally manufactured it one at a time. These things didn't go through a conveyor belt. They weren't shipped over from Japan. Everything made right here in the USA. And I'll tell you what, if you're looking to roll on dubs, check out some of these big 50s. Check out some of these designs. The big 50s are crazy. The price point starts at $340. Now, when you reach out to Jim or Christine, you can do that at the Facebook page. It's right here. They're going to tell you all about your options for big 50s and all the price points there. Look, guys, we're not just talking about best bang for your buck. You're going to get a product not only exceeds industry standards, but is far superior to mass-produced items that cost even more. If you're in the market for a new set, why not go to another skater, tried, tested, with an attention to detail and craftsmanship that is hard to match? Get in touch with Jim and Christine right now. The entire process is going to be seamless for you. You're not going to be able to deal with better people. Other than that, I'll see you somewhere, guys. Skate like you.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that answers your question, but
no, it absolutely does, and I get it. Like, and look, it's. I wanted to hear from that perspective, because you have a unique perspective, though, in the sense that you know you put on events. You want events to be successful, but you also have a large vested personal stake in operating this rink, right? So like you have a really kind of both. You have both perspectives, honestly. You know what I mean? So I think it's your opinion is completely valid. You know, yeah, man. It makes and people are funny, man. Like they get, it's amazing how because I've heard it too, where it's like you could tell people for 6 months, for 6 months ahead, like you're letting people know, and it's still not going to be enough. You know what I mean?
No.
It's still not going to be enough. And it only takes one person, especially nowadays, right, to really kind of just get on Yelp and change.
Oh no, trust me.
I know you.
Gosh, dude. And another thing with that too is the way I look at it is I always, like the shutting down the rink thing, and people are like, man, the times are so late. Mm-hmm. But it's like, how many weekends are you honestly up that late? Like you are coming to the event for a reason. Mm-hmm. At that point, what does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Like Monday might suck when you go back to work or whatever, but like that's one Monday out of 52 of the year. You know what I'm saying? And or even if you like to go to events all the time, maybe it's like only 3, 4, 5, 6 Mondays out of the year that just kind of drag. But the way I look at it is, if you're passionate about it, and most people are that come to these big events, you don't really care because you live one time. Like it's okay. Like it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I mean,
no, it's tough. It puts it in a weird position.
I bitch about it all the time. But here's my thing is like I go to these places and like okay, so like I just went down to Nashville, right? I've never been to Nashville, right, in my life, right? Now that's a tourist destination. It's a place on the U.S. map that's amazing. So it's like, so from my perspective, like the only thing that it's like it makes it like if I go somewhere, I'd like to go out during the day and see that place and sure. But like I'm not getting back to the hotel until 4 a.m. and that's always been my gripe. You know what I mean? Look, there's way more positive than there is negative to the whole thing. So it is what it is. But it's just interesting to get that perspective, like from your end. All right, cool. So now you said you were obviously more than satisfied with the turnout last year. You know what I mean? Yeah. Do you know how many different states? I mean, not like you might have an exact count, but like, do you know kind of about how many states were basically repped there?
I can tell you the furthest.
Okay.
I think the furthest people that came, and I feel really bad because I didn't get their names or anything because the weekend was kind of a blur from my perspective, but they came from Colorado, which was, when I heard that, I was like, you saw my poster like in Colorado? Like,
was it Dan Carlson? Divine LEDs? So. Divine LEDs?
Maybe. I honestly don't know. Maybe. I'll be completely honest, I don't know. And I apologize in advance if they watch this. But as far as states, I mean, it was at least 10. Yeah, I mean, I know that for a fact. The whole Midwest was here, Florida, Georgia. So that's at least 10.
Nice. Yeah. So, it was interesting too because it's come up, and I hope it never came across like I was bagging on it at all. I never will. But some of the things that came up when we talk about Jam Fest, one, I had a blast. I always say I do. I enjoyed the shit out of it. You know what I mean? But it seemed like there was a period of adjustment, right, where you have. To me, it felt like, okay, there's just a lot of different styles here that, and I could be wrong, but it seemed like there was also there was a lot of people that are local too, right? Like that.
Oh yeah.
Like younger local people that probably they're there, like they go there every Saturday night, and they in their minds they have a way that they skate on, and that is just how it is, right? Automatically when they step on that floor. And it probably was really hard to adjust to the fact that, like, okay, well, that has to change because now you've got some of the fastest skaters in the country here, right? Yep. Like, you got like, so there was that period of adjustment, you know what I mean? But I think it worked out, man. It really, like, it seemed like you guys were like people were literally learning on the fly. And like less than halfway through it, everyone's like, okay, we got it figured out now.
Yeah.
Is that, you know what I mean?
No, you hit that right on the nail, like literally spot on. Because here at Castle, like just specifically Castle,
Yeah.
We have such a, like, they have their own group chat. They have their own, like, they have a whole group chat type thing going on. They have their little spots in the rink that they hang out. Like, we have such a good group of people that are just regulars here. And, you know, we even have people now that come from different rinks just to come on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And exactly, like you said, they're used to what they're used to, right?
Yep.
So then now you got Florida coming up where they fly, literally fly. And then you got, you know, Michigan, they skate a little slower. You know, like they skate to like slower jams, like and even up north in Ohio, they skate to slower stuff. Which that is something that I've had to adjust. Kind of going back to the DJ point, I'm sure we'll hit a little bit more on it.
I remember literally being like, okay, DJs have to slow it down.
Yeah. You know, when I have people come from out of town, just on a regular Saturday night, I can almost tell now where they're from or like what song they're requesting.
Yeah.
Because like my people, they like to skate to, you know, the faster stuff, whether, you know, Planet Rock or Egyptian Lover, stuff like that. Then when people come from out of town, they want to like go to like Chocolate City by Zapp and Roger. And I'm like, okay, like that's cool, you know, but it's that adjustment period. So then when you have all these people from every single place coming from everywhere in the nation, it was definitely an adjustment. And I won't lie, it made me nervous at the beginning because I think you're talking about when it seemed like there was like 3 or 4 falls like back to back to back.
Yeah.
And again, back to the rink perspective and the safety of it, you're like, oh my gosh, like how do we even adjust this? And then I kind of like went to my people and, you know, my mom, and I was like, look, we'll slow the floor down. Like, I think I went to Jamie and Mayhem, and I was like, let's slow the floor down a little bit. Let's make those reminders. Everybody should know the reminder about the slower skaters towards the middle of the floor, you know, faster skaters on the outside. But let's keep making that reminder. And then, like you said, it ended up meshing really well.
And it's all hats off to you because here's the thing. I've gone to sessions, man, like where they couldn't get that kind of thing together. You know what I mean? At all. And with 3-4 times the number of people of the average session in a rink that big with all these different styles, you guys got that thing under control, you know, really quick. And
appreciate it.
It's a testament, dude. Like that's why I was saying, I hope if you ever heard anything, I hope you always knew that, like, it was never knocking. It was like, man, like this was a challenge, right? Yeah. Like it had to get figured out, and it got figured out.
Yeah.
And there was no drama either. That was the other beautiful part about it, you know?
Yeah.
So
that was one thing that, like, that was another thing too, is when you look at these events, you're like, okay, we're all adults, right? Well, I made a 16 and up, and here's another thing on my event too. Well, I'll speak on it a little bit later, but staying on subject here, everybody is here for one thing, right? And it's just to skate, roll, and have a good time, see people you haven't seen in a long time, meet new people, right? That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted, right? No drama. Keep that stuff at home. None of that, right? But you know, like when you get a mixed bag of people, you just don't know. It's hard, and it's hard to, I guess, understand or know what you're gonna get. Right?
Yeah,
it's like playing that bean boozle game or whatever.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but there was, because the other thing too is, and this is a testament, I think, to Castle in general, you know, and the people that you guys that literally make that up, the employees, you know, your mom, like it's always like, and I'm not referring to music or anything like that. Like, I just mean there's always a positive air in there. You know what I mean? Like that, you don't feel like a heavy negative energy, you know, to me, it might sound corny, but I think that stuff is real, right? I think like,
it is.
Yeah. You walk into a place with miserable people and you can feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Like, it just feels like a gray cloud is just in the place. Yeah. No, 1,000%.
And it's never like that there. Anytime I've ever been there for whatever reason, you know, and that has, I always think that's a result of the people that are running the shit, man. So,
yeah.
So, when so you have the thing, and I definitely want to talk about this year's Jam Fest, but I'm so interested, especially as somebody that, like I said, just completed their own first event. At the end of that weekend, man, you know, it's all said and done. Is it like a sigh of relief? Are you like, you know, what hit you at the end when it was all done?
I wouldn't say a sigh of relief. I think it was like a sign of like wow, I guess. Like I don't know how else to describe it besides like what we've already been talking about. Like, cause I seriously had no idea that it would be that, but that was my idea, right? That's why I went out and got the sponsors I did, and why I have the sponsors I have this year, and so on and so forth. But, you know, when you look back, and then, you know, shout out to Will Osborne again, and he starts sending me videos and all this stuff. And then, you know, like after the event, Mayhem and Jamie, and like we all sat in here and we were like, you know, nobody's in the rink. And it was just like us three and my mom and my wife. And it was like, dude, like I'm still at a loss for words for it, because I don't know how to describe it besides just like, wow.
No, I totally understand. Sitting in the office with Jackie after, like, at the end of the last night, and it's quiet, right? Like, it's the first time it's been quiet the entire time. And I'm just
you know what I
mean?
Yeah,
like,
that part, dude. Yes.
And but it wasn't. I mean, I was definitely like tired. You know what I mean? Just because, and mostly just because your mind's going the entire time. You're trying to make sure you're thinking of everything and not forgetting something and all that. But yeah, just kind of sitting there and mostly being really, really surprised, and not because it's like, oh, I never thought that I could pull something off like halfway decent. It's just I couldn't have anticipated how well it would have gone the first time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And really being able to look, but step back and be able to say, man, like there were a lot of people that I owe a shit ton to, because like there were so many other people that like literally are responsible for this going the way it went, you know?
Yeah, same.
Man. So
same.
I'm really happy to hear, like, you know, that you had that same experience and that it was.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, absolutely. Back to you too. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Well, look, you know, and then to, you know, because the moment that I heard it's happening again, I was like, yeah, okay, all right. So like, you know, it was as good for him as it was for kind of thing.
Sir.
Right? So you knew right away. You're like, I'm definitely doing this again.
Well, yeah. So that Sunday night, I got home, showered, got in bed, and my wife, well, she was my fiance at the time, Mariah.
Oh,
she was like, thank you. I just got married in November. So yeah, no, not November, October.
Okay.
October. But she was like, I think I know what we should design the shirt for next year. I was like, oh my gosh, already? Yeah. So shouts out to her. I know we're going to get to this year's event, but she was 100% behind the design of this year's shirt, but we'll get to that.
Nice.
So, yeah. So this has been in the works since the Monday after, right?
For you, when she brings that up so fast, was it like a thing of like, okay, God, good, like she's down for this, I don't have to like justify it or that I want to do, or was it? Yeah. Anyway,
no, there's not really any, I guess, like convincing that I have to do towards her, because you know, she, I met her at the rink. You know, we have one of those stories. Met her at the rink. I've known her for literally over 10 years, and it just developed into, now she's my wife, right? So she knows how I feel about the rink, and she's my biggest supporter, like literally my number one fan. So I know that she's going to be down for whatever, but she's also my number one critic, which I need, right?
Yeah.
So she helps me with a lot more than she probably thinks she does behind the scenes. So, yeah.
But it was a go from the moment it's over, you're like, hell here we go.
Oh, yeah. And then, when I sat with my mom in the office, kind of like what you were just saying, and we looked at it, my mom was like, are you wanting to do it again next year? And I was like, do you? And she was like, yeah, that was pretty fun. Because in the moment, it's like so stressful, right? Because it's a lot of people. You're managing the snack bar, making sure all the drinks are filled. All the analytics and all the stuff at the rink. In the moment, it's kind of stressful. But then when you sit down and you're like, that was pretty sweet, So everybody was game immediately following the conclusion of last year.
Nice. So you immediately. And about what time do you start kind of planning it again?
Well, obviously my wedding took number one priority this year. Also had some other things going on, just personal things, right? As far as family stuff, but I guess I knew what I wanted to do. I had a blueprint, right? I had a really solid foundation coming from last year.
Yep.
So I felt like I didn't have to put necessarily I guess I won't say as much work, because obviously it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but I had that solid base. Where last year I was at ground zero.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
No, it totally does. Were there things that you wanted to definitely do different this year that you are doing different this year? And what would those things be?
Well, I got more sponsors. That's number one. We added Bont to the lineup. Bont's, obviously huge in the shuffle game. Who else we had? Oh, of course, Michelle. Michelle and Jay, Skate Babes Creations. She's going to be representing. We added Skate FM. He's going to be pulling up. And obviously, we still got, Will Osborne, Dad on Skates, doing his thing with the videography. And then I'm still working. That's what I'm saying behind the scenes. I still have a couple more sponsors I'm looking to add. I don't want to say too much about them yet because they're not official, right? So I don't want to say anything until I make it official. I'm looking to do like a meet and greet type of party. Where I didn't do that last year. So let me back up a little bit. Will Osborne helps me out a lot in the background as well. I've known him my whole life, literally, because he skated in Florence Fun Dome, which was the rink I said we no longer have, unfortunately. But that's where he's from. So I've known him my whole life. It's only a 30-minute drive here from Loveland, Ohio to Florence, Kentucky. So being able to have him help me, I'm like, yo. And obviously he gets to go, he's around a lot more than me as far as like the events and stuff, especially now with the videography stuff. He's, getting all those jobs and stuff like that, which is great. So I'm like, yo, like, what do you think of this idea? And he was like, I don't know about that. Or he's like, dude, that's sick,
Yeah.
So I flirt with that stuff all the time. So I'm looking to do a little kind of meet and greet type of party on that Friday. Possibly something on Sunday, like a rollout type of party. I don't, it'll be before the session, but we'll see. But still working on getting some sponsors, still looking on. Yeah, we're still cooking.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
When you say rollout party, are you talking like that group, like the?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. I guess that was just for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
At the moment, but it goes back to my group of skaters here at Castle Skateland. So in the summer they do cookouts randomly.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Like, I don't know if maybe you didn't pay much attention, but we have this big like kind of parking lot on the side of the building.
Yeah, no, I did that. Dalton did it one year
Bingo.
out there, and I was
Yes, sir.
I was chowing down out there for a while.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah.
We talked about it last year, but last year I didn't want to stretch myself too thin, right? Because I didn't know what to expect. So now that I know what I'm doing, at least I like to say I know what I'm doing. I might introduce that, but we'll see. And again, I spoke to Dalton about it last year. I haven't brought it up this year, so I'm sure he'll watch this. So this will probably be the first time he's hearing about it.
Yeah.
But it's all work in progress, right?
Yeah, man. Well, Skate Like You would love to come there and give away some free JG hubs, man, to somebody.
Hey, if you're down, I'm down.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
We're having a ton. We're gonna have a ton of fun with that. We're gonna do it for the first time up at Jam Fest, man. But yeah, just pick somebody randomly and just give them like a one-off set of JG hubs.
No, that would be sick.
Yeah, well, and kind of my thinking is to go to like it for you. I'd go to you and be like, like, hey, completely like on the down low, like who here, like has just always been down at Castle and always helped out and who here would literally like not only benefit the most from this, but like who would really appreciate this the most? Like let somebody let someone tell us who here really, you know what I'm saying, and just drop them in someone's lap. You know what I mean? Like yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. Hopefully, we can get JG Hubs on the sponsorship list. Let's do it, man. We'll figure
it out, man. We'll figure something out. Either way, it's
all right.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. So, all right, man. What's do you want to kind of go down the kind of itinerary, the weekend? Tell everybody what they can expect.
Let's do it. An absolute banger of an event again. Yeah. So this year it's going to be May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, first weekend of May. Ideally, that's what weekend it'll always be. So May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 2026. Friday night is going to be up at Skate World of Vandalia, up in Vandalia, Ohio. It's almost Dayton, Ohio, a little bit above it. Those have been friends for a long time. They got a good skate community up there, and they've done a lot of improvements to their rink. And it was just something that I thought about, and I called it Midwest Jam Fest for a reason, right? I want to showcase event, rinks, because I saw something on Facebook not too long ago that Ohio has the second most rinks, like, in the country.
Wow.
And I Googled it, and it's true. Behind Texas. Wow. Ohio has the second most rinks. So I'm like, hello, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and what's even crazier, third and fourth is Pennsylvania and Michigan.
Yeah.
So it's like the Midwest is very blessed with roller skating rinks. But we got my man DJ Marvel holding it down. He's one of my OGs. He started here at Castle Skateland as a DJ. Actually lives in Dayton now. So that's right around the corner for him. So I'm sure he'll appreciate that. And then May 2nd, it will be here at my home rink, Castle Skateland, calling it the main event again. Myself, DJ Jams, and DJ Mayhem are going to throw it down in the booth again. That's from 11. I'm sorry. Let's rewind a little bit. Friday night is $12 admission from 11 p.m. till 2 a.m.
Okay.
Back to Saturday night, the main event, $18 admission, 11:30 p.m. to 2:30 a.m.
Okay.
Again, we already listed the DJs. And then Sunday night is the finale, 6 to 9:30 p.m., $15 admission. The same three guys up in the booth, Jams, Mayhem, and myself, throwing it down.
Cool.
That's the itinerary so far. But like I said, hopefully I'm going to try and do like a meet and greet type of party and maybe a cookout. We'll see.
And any type of workshops or anything like that? Or...
Yes, sir. That was the next thing I was going to mention. We got my man Smitty on skates, David Smith. I know you're very familiar with him. Another guy I've literally grown up with. So he's going to throw down a shuffle skate workshop. Him and Dad on Skates, Will Osborne's going to do that together like they did last year. That's on Saturday, 6 to 7 here at Castle. So you're going to get that hour. It's $10. You're going to get that hour of just one-on-one time with Smitty and Will Osborne. And I'm not sure what they're going to teach you guys. I'll be honest. Smitty kind of puts it all together. I let him do his own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's shuffle skate workshop. So that's fun from 6 to 7. And then obviously we have our normal 7 to 11 session here at Castle that you guys can practice your skills, or we got a billion restaurants around that you can go hang out at, and then show everybody what you learned on, the main event.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. I tell you what, and I see Will at a ton of events, and that dude like is just out there in the middle teaching people all the time. I mean, it's what he loves to do. So, and Smitty just is just never ending on fire passion for the whole thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you couldn't ask for two better people, man. Like So if you're really looking to learn something, man, like you couldn't be in a better position. So.
No. And again, I'm so lucky and blessed to be able to call people like that friends and people that want to be on my team, because it makes life easier, right? And people that I trust with it. Like I'm not just being like, hey, can you teach these people how to do something? It's like that. Like when I say like I literally don't know what Smitty will be teaching, I literally don't, because
you don't have to worry
hands
about
off.
It. Yeah,
I know I'm Smitty's got it. You know, Smitty's got it. So definitely make sure you check out his workshop. And he is definitely one of Castle Skateland's biggest supporters. So, and he always has been. So shout out Smitty. That's my guy.
Yeah, dude, it's always a pleasure and it's a fortune. It's like you're really fortunate to be able to, if you're going to do something and kind of like head something up or whatever, kind of be a captain of a team or something, but then to like have a team that literally is as passionate about it as you are. You know what I mean? You couldn't ask for a better spot. You know what I mean? And you're definitely surrounded by those people.
Yeah, it's almost kind of hard to take it like not for granted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just makes life that much easier.
Hell yeah!
As weird as it sounds.
Cool. And so, anything with any of these nights as far as age requirement, rentals, or anything that people need to know?
So, no rentals at all.
Okay.
Because kind of what we discussed last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. But I have 16 and up on the flyer.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, if someone hit me up and I know who you are, like, and you're 12, 11, 13, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm genuinely cool with that. And I'm cool with that because they're next.
Yep.
Right? They're next. So, and obviously, like, most of the time, the kids, like, they're coming with people anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to hold things back like that, especially my local kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't get to experience that. So if they can experience it at their home rink, and I know they can skate, and I know they'll get down with the best of them, they can roll with us. Like I don't, like, and if someone has like a complaint about that, it's just that's crazy to me. Like, I didn't. Nobody, not a single person complained, and the shuffle skating community, jam skating community is great for that, because I think everybody understands that they're next. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So few of you younger bucks out there that can really go. All we're talking about is, hey, just get in contact. You know what I mean? Yeah. And let's all be aware. You know what I mean? Let me know what you're thinking. And yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it doesn't even necessarily have to be like me that they contact through Facebook or whatever. Facebook is probably the best place to contact me. I mean, obviously Instagram too, but Facebook for sure, just because that's where I put most of the event stuff. Even, if they message Michelle or, even Smitty or Jamie, whoever, they're obviously going to communicate that with me, and I'll ultimately have the green light, but I trust their judgment too, right? Because like I said, we're all in this together. I put the team around me that I did for a reason, right? So,
and so, was there any? I'm sorry if I missed it, but was there any change or addition to this year that from last year or anything like that? That
as far as
anything, just anything.
Sponsorships.
Yep. Oh, the sponsorship. Okay. Yep.
Sponsorships, gain sponsorships. We're at a different rink on Friday night. Saturday, Friday nights at Skate World of Vandalia. My friends up there. But the another fun thing that I did add that I haven't mentioned much, and I need to start mentioning it more, is I added themes to each night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Friday night up at Vandalia is going to be neon night. So I just want to see everybody rocking, their highlighter yellow or neon pinks and fluorescent oranges and all that stuff, just to, I don't know, have some fun, right?
Yeah.
Saturday night is Jersey night, and that comes from kind of the question you asked me earlier, like when you asked me what states, that's what I want to see. Like if you're from Atlanta, rock your Atlanta Falcons jersey. If you're from if you're from Cincinnati, rock your favorite Joe Burrow jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, or wherever you're from, or, you know, I don't know. I think that stuff's cool, you know? So that's kind of the idea behind that theme. And then Sunday night is going to be vintage night. So rock your favorite Metallica shirt or your favorite Ice Cube shirt, or, you know, whatever it is, something throwback, you know,
man,
something cool. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just to add a little fun.
Yeah, man. So Friday, just come with your mutant neon green, like the most neon shit you can find. Saturday, rep your spot. Saturday, you know, on your back, and Sunday, just come old school. Just rock like something vintage, something retro. Nice, man. That's cool as hell. Yeah. All right.
And again, this is all stuff that I had in my head last year.
Yeah.
But it goes back to not spreading myself too thin. I didn't know. But now I know. So now that's why we're going to introduce it all.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, dude, I got to hold myself back a lot. You know what I mean? Because like my brain is way better at producing ideas than it is at like locking them down and putting them into practice. You know what I mean? Because I'm always like in like planning mode. Like there's never a stop on that. So even when I'm trying to discipline myself and be like, okay, no, everything that we need is here. So all you have to just do what you have. I'm still just blah, 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 blah. But what if it's that whole, but what if, you know, luckily I'm surrounded by people that, you know, are like, shut up, stop. But man, I'm pumped for that, man. I really, really am.
Same. I will mention two more things. We got the weekend pass, which is, it was a big hit last year. The weekend pass was awesome. The weekend pass includes all 3 nights. Includes all 3 nights. The event T-shirt. What else does it include? It excludes the workshop. I'll tell you that. That's separate from the workshop. So you get all 3 skate nights. You get the event's T-shirt. You get a skip the line. So you know if you got the weekend pass, you're coming straight in right at the event. A Gatorade each night. Well, I'll be offering like a Gatorade or water. I know some people might not get down with Gatorade, and then 10% off rink merchandise. So you know we have our own Castle Skateland branded shirts, and then Skate World of Vandalia. So you get a little bit of percentage off if you want to grab yourself a shirt.
And I swear, Zane, I'm not bullshitting when I literally was thinking this as you were talking about, like, when you first mentioned about, like, getting this includes your shirt or whatever. I literally, like, was, like, thinking in my head, oh, yeah, make sure you mention Castle, like, when it comes to your own merch, has, like, the nicest T-shirts, man. They it's a high-quality shirt.
Thank you.
Dude, I got that one with the dragon on it, like, and then... And I was, dude, this is one of the dopest ring shirts I've ever had, man. Seriously. So yeah, okay. All right. Sure. So that the all-in-one pass gets you your shirt, gets you some beverage, gets you the whole all 3 nights. It does exclude skip the line. Skip the line.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Skip the line. Yep. Oh, so like obviously flash your weekend pass, you just walk right on in.
VIP.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. And those are a couple. I did add some things to the weekend pass this year: the 10% off rink merchandise, the skip the line, and the Gatorade. I added all 3 of those things, just to give yet another VIP type-ish experience, right?
Yeah.
And I kept it the same exact price, like, and I added more and kept it the same price. I don't know where else you're finding that. So
there you go. Is there like a host hotel or a place that you guys recommend or anything like that?
I did host hotels last year, and when I started looking, I was like, man, people can get these hotels cheaper than the host hotels. Yeah. So I didn't do a host hotel last year, this year. I didn't do host hotels this year just because of that reason. But there's so many. Like I recommend like the Mason Montgomery area. Whole bunch of hotels, restaurants. We got a really nice mall right up the road, Kenwood. We got a lot of nice areas. So I can't recommend one spot over another.
Okay.
To be honest, as far as staying as lodging, you know.
Cool. All right.
Yes, sir.
And was there something else? I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
The second thing I was going to mention was I did on Friday, just this past Friday, I launched the T-shirt.
Okay.
So this year it's also on Eventbrite to pre-order the shirt. because what I like to do is I like to keep the event exclusive t-shirts limited, like at the event. So if you want your shirt, you 100% want a shirt, make sure you go get that pre-sale shirt now.
Okay.
So that way when I put the order in, yes, on Eventbrite. I have it on the Facebook event page. I have all the instructions explained how to do it. It guarantees your shirt. I hate when people miss out or they forgot. I want everybody to have a good time and everybody to get what they want. So pre-order that shirt so that you know for a fact you'll get it when you get, and it'll be available as soon as you walk in the door on Friday night for pickup. So
cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, good deal. I'll make sure I get that. All right, cool. All right, man. Is there anything else about that you wanted to make sure you threw out there?
Not really, man. I think this year it will grow even more. Yeah. That's all I can ask for, really. And just a good time. And I put the team around me that I did to ensure that it all goes the way it does. And we added Bont, we added Skate Babe Creations, we added Skate FM. So adding those three are really cool. Just knowing what Michelle does and Jay do down in the Florida area, what Skate FM is becoming, and then obviously with Bont, everybody knows their name in the shuffle skate community, right? So I don't think I can ask for more. Still hoping to add sponsors. Me and you will talk offline. And yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Sounds good, man. Well, I'm stoked for it, man.
Same.
I've been talking to people about it literally for the last few months. The moment that I saw the first kind of announcement about this year's, I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Thank you.
So yeah, man, I'm stoked for it, man. I appreciate you coming on, and yeah, I'll do what I can to get the word out as much as possible. Yeah,
absolutely. I appreciate that. And, I'll mention again about Smitty's workshop. I don't want people to feel like they have to have a specific skill level to come to Smitty's workshop. If you're just learning what shuffle skating is, come on. You know what I'm saying? Or if you've been shuffle skating, or I used to call it jam skating. I don't know when that merged to shuffle skating.
Dude, it all depends on where you live, man.
Yeah. So sometimes for me, I still get twisted calling it jam skating or shuffle, whatever, tomato, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no age, or no, I'm sorry, there's no skill level required to be at his class or workshop. Same with age too. I don't want people to feel, especially our locals, I don't want them to feel that they have to be excluded or whatever. It's for everybody. Definitely.
Yeah, I would definitely attest to the fact that regardless of your skill set or level, that between both of those guys, you'll benefit in some way. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like they definitely have something to offer. So nice, man. Nice.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else. I don't have any more questions. Unless you have anything else you want to throw out there.
Yeah, I'll throw some more out there about the event just itself.
Sure, man. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, why not? So I just wanted to talk about just the area in general.
Okay.
I know last year I made a post. I don't know. I feel like Ohio has like this like rep that like Ohio's like boring or something. I don't know. And it drives me crazy. I don't know if it's just like a Facebook thing or a TikTok thing, right? But like just leave Ohio, like just Cincinnati in general. And I know that will be up in Vandalia too this year, but like Dayton has a lot of things to do, but Cincinnati, man, like at that time, the Reds will be playing. I don't know if they'll be in town, I'll be honest. But we got Kings Island.
Oh, it's a gorgeous city though too, man.
Just Cincinnati in general is just freaking sweet. Like there's so many restaurants, so many mom and pop shops. Like you can't go wrong going in the city and just seeing what it's all about. So shout out to Cincinnati. And I hope everybody last year had as good as the time as it sounded. And so that's also why this year I want to introduce like the meet and greet party to where because I know sometimes, especially people coming out of town and maybe it's your first time here, it might be kind of hard to just be like, what am I supposed to do? Well, that's kind of why I want to hopefully introduce this meet and greet type party. But that's where I'll leave it for now, because I won't lie, I haven't made much movement on it yet, but we'll see.
Okay, All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
I think that's it, man. I appreciate your time. Honestly,
no, man.
This has been great.
No, I definitely think so. I'm more than glad to do it. I think people are. I already know. I talk to people all the time. Obviously, you know what I mean. It's definitely there was a buzz about it last year, and it's already buzzing again. So
sweet.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I think you're going to be in good shape, man. You know?
Awesome.
Cool,
well,
man.
I appreciate you and the Skate Like You podcast, and make sure everybody tunes in to all the other episodes, man. This is this is fun. This is fun.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. We'll talk soon.
Sir. All right, brother. Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Peace out.